Welcome to Teaching Articulations with Tech. I'm Brian Thompson, and I'm excited to share with you in the next few lessons how to play and interpret articulations better. Our first lesson is on articulations and the brain. So, how does our brain interpret speech? This is going to help us understand articulations better because it's the same. The key is detecting a rapid increase in volume that occurs at the beginning of a vowel sound. Some research in California found that's what it is. So, what does that mean for us that can't understand all those words? Our brain uses sudden crescendos in volume to interpret speech. We're going to watch a little video, and you're going to see in the video at the crescendos, your brain is going to activate to hear those things. It's the same when we play. When we hear those crescendos at the beginning of notes, our brain activates and we can hear those things. So when we play with clear articulation, we hear them. Let's watch the video.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
How can we use this to help musicians hear and play music clearly? Number one, indefinite, vague, and inconsistent articulations create an unclear performance for listeners and performers. Clarity in performance comes through distinct, consistent articulations. Superior performance requires uniformity of many different types of articulations. You don't want to be in that band that can only play long and short. What you want is to be able to play all the different articulations well. And that's why we're learning this lesson and why we're going through these things. By understanding the definition of articulation better, you'll know how to do it better and how to play it better. So let's take an in-depth look at articulation. The definition of articulation can be confusing. How do antonyms, homonyms, homographs, and synonyms help us understand articulation? The antonym of articulation is mispronunciation. If you mispronounce the articulation, you're playing it wrong. Many times when we're talking about articulations, we're only talking about the beginning. But I'd like you to understand that it also refers to the middle and the end of the note. Articulations have different meanings for different songs. Let's take a look at these words so they can help us understand it better. Sometimes we have words called homonyms, like left side versus left behind. They both mean two different things, even though they sound the same. Sometimes articulations look the same, but they need to sound different. Homographs, bass versus bass. They look the same, but they sound different. One of them's a bass guitar, one of them's a fish. Synonyms are words that all mean the same thing, but are completely different words. Like, for instance, band director, conductor, or omnipotent ruler. They all mean the same thing. Let's look at a deep definition of articulation. There are three parts of articulation: the beginning, middle, and end. They're all three separate parts. The beginning is not the same as the end or the middle. So how you play them and how long each one is depends on the style of song, not necessarily on the articulation that's above it. Now we know the definition of articulation. We want to take a pretest to let us know as teachers what you're doing so we can help you be better. The way we're going to test is using an app or a digital audio workstation. Some of the ones that I recommend, iRig Recorder works on the iPad great, or an iPod, iPhone. GarageBand is free and you can use that on your Mac. Audacity works on the Mac or the PC, and BandLab can work on a Chromebook for free. You just go to bandlab.com, log in, and use it. Then all you have to do is submit a screenshot of your test. On iRig, it'll look something like this. BandLab, something like this. You just submit that, or Audacity. So that's it. You take your first test and you submit the picture. There are actually only 7 articulations available, but what I want you guys to do for your pretest is only play 5 of them. So let's look at those five we're testing. All you'll do is play this little test, and you have a paper with it. You'll have the slur, and you have legato, and tenuto, and accented, and marcato. Just play through all five of those one time through and show on your recording, your picture, each of those. Good luck and have fun.